Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So today I am going to share my current makeup favorites apart from the monthly favorites I keep doing. Yes, I would have missed on my monthly favorites, but I'm not getting time, so I thought I'll do my current makeup favorites and let you know what all I have been using apart from my monthly favorites. Maybe some odd one or two products will be in my monthly favorites also, but these are the products which I have been using constantly and I love using them. So I will let you know why am I using and why am I so prone to these things. So this is all makeup, not skincare. I will try to do my current skincare, not the routine but the skincare products. I will update you with. You know how much I love trying new skincare, but definitely I use a skincare for a longer duration. So enough of blabbering. Why don't you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already? It will really mean a lot to me, and click onto that small notification bell so that you get notified for my future uploads. So let's start. So the first product is a foundation which I have been loving. And this foundation, initially when I bought, I never used it that much, but then in between I started using, I used it for a month or two and again I stopped. But then now I'm like constant with this foundation is L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. Now this is a holy grail foundation. Everybody knows it's best in the market by L'Oreal. It's amazing. Like today also I'm wearing this foundation and I love the finish of this foundation. It really sets into my face. So this is my current favorite foundation which I've been wearing. Next is a setting spray which I have been loving, and I bought this under the dilemma, will it work or not, but it really works for me. A lot of people are not very happy with it because of the spray, I feel, but as a whole it's a very good setting spray. It's by Colourpop Adventuring. Now I have a pack one also, but this one I like it because when the weather changes from summer to monsoon and then winter, my face behaves in a very weird manner. So what I do generally nowadays, what I do is like I will just spray this before my foundation and let it sink into my skin and then apply my foundation. It really sits well and I think it works as a good primer also on my skin. It's not a primer, it's a setting spray, but it really holds up the makeup for a longer duration. So really nice. If you're combination to oily skin, you can try this one. They have for dry skin also. There's another primer which I've been loving and I have been constantly using, and today also I'm wearing this primer, is Base Magique primer, the L'Oreal one. It's good, it's thick and it has that tint to it. You can see I've been digging into this. This is a perfect primer for people who have skin like me, and even drier skin people will like this primer. So it's like a perfect primer. In Indian market, it's very difficult to get a good quality primer, so go for this one. Okay, let's move on to some highlighters. Now, as you know, now earlier I never used to like highlighters, but now I'm a highlighter girl. I like highlighters. So there are three highlighters which I've been constantly wearing, and you would have seen me showing this highlighter in a lot of my videos. But one of the highlighters which I apparently thought it's a bronzer, but it's not a bronzer, I feel now. It's a highlighter, and it's a subtle highlighter by Bodyshop. But I don't know why they have named it as Baked Bronzer. So this is a Baked Bronzer by Bodyshop. This is more of a highlighter than a bronzer. And I have already discussed about this in one of my videos where I've told you that this is not a bronzer, this is a highlighter for me. So I'll give you one swatch. Now it has a tint to it, but then it will just blend into your skin like this, and you can put this baked powder all over your face. Like people who like that illuminating effect on their face, whole face, this is the one you can use. And I have been digging into this when I realized this can be used like that, and this is bomb diggity. You need to buy this if you're into that illuminating face, and where the days you don't want to wear a highlighter but you just want to give that illuminating effect to your face, you can go for this one. Even if you can use this as a highlighter also, it will give you that very nice glow to your face. It's not that intense, but it's not very dull. So this is like current favorite of mine. Next is my all-time favorite Skin Kiss highlighter by Makeup Revolution, the Peach Kiss one. You can see I may hit a pan any day. This is my ultimate favorite highlighter. Blindly I can just pick it up and use it. This is a highlighter which you should definitely buy from the whole collection. I really like this one more than the Golden Kiss, but nowadays I love Golden Kiss also for some reason, maybe because I've started liking highlighters and I've started liking the blinding ones also, like the intense ones. So this one is like another current favorite of mine, and I have been using this and I know I will keep using this one. Let's move on to another highlighter which I have already reviewed on my channel. You would have already seen it. This is the Peck Baked highlighter. Now this is in the shade 07 Bomb Diggity. This highlighter is the, I would say, like, you know, craziest highlighter. Like I have a highlighter which can be a little at par with it, but this one is like something different they have done. The formulation to this highlighter you cannot go wrong with. This is how it is. Can you imagine, this is one swipe, and I still have a lot of product on my hand, and if I swipe it again, see, you see the intensity? With your brush you have to be like very precise, okay? So you just have to just touch your brush and your highlighter will be like boom, and you'll be like wow. So you will blind a lot of people by using this highlighter, definitely. So this one is like my current favorite apart from the other two, because this is the highlighter I love wearing in summers and I love wearing in daytime, because that sun, when it falls onto your skin and your face is like boom. So it's that kind of a highlighter. You need to buy this one, and I will be trying 1 or 2 more shades from this whole range. Let's move on to some more interesting stuff. So this is my Hourglass Ambient Light Powder. This is how it is. Now I started using this because I totally forgot about it, and then I started using this, and now I realize why people like Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders, because they're really good, really mild, and they just give you that nice finish to your face. So I really like it. It has a little shine to it, but it's not that shiny one. I would not compare this to my Bodyshop one or my Australis highlighter, because that is also somewhat like a illuminating powder for me, but this one is very mild, very soft, very buttery, and amazing to try on. So this one is like I am currently digging in, and I have been using it constantly. Next is an eyeshadow palette. Now I have, okay, one more face palette is there. I'll show you that, and then I will jump on to the eyeshadow palettes. This palette is amazing. This is the e.l.f. blush palette, and today I'm wearing this blush, and then later I added up this one also. So this blush palette is bomb. You can just go ahead and buy this one. This is the light one. You can go for the dark one also, but dark one is way darker. I have done a wholesome review on this palette. Amazing palette. They have done an amazing job with the blush palette. Contour palette, I was a little confused, or I was not very happy with it, but not very sad with it. But this one is bomb. You need to get your hands on this one, and this is like all 4 shades are like different from each other, so you can go ahead and buy this because you have options, and this is a very comfortable carrying palette, and I just reach out for this nowadays apart from my Savannah and Palladio, because this one is really good, really good. You need to get that one also. Now you must be thinking she's just increasing her wish list of makeup and asking us to buy everything. No, don't do that. Don't get mad like me. Okay, let's jump on to some eyeshadow palettes. Now the first eyeshadow palette is my Holy Grail palette, and I cannot keep this palette aside. I had to show it to you. So this one is my Savannah Colors Browns palette. This has to be there. Like if I'm traveling, if I am not traveling, it has to be there with me, because I'm a person who loves browns, and I love mattes, and I love brown mattes, and I have to get it right, because if I don't get it right, I am confused and I am lost. So this is the palette comes into picture when I'm lost and I'm confused, and I just want to instantly create something and just run out, because there are days when my husband will just come, okay, we have to attend a party. So I'm like, what? And then I'm like, okay, pick up this palette, do a look, go. This has to be there, and if you are wondering to buy this, just buy this and you will love it. Next is my Colourpop eyeshadow palette. Now I have two Colourpop eyeshadow palettes to show you because these are the two I have been using. So this one is my double Entendre palette, and you know how much I love this because this is my kind of a palette. So this is how the palette is. The most stunning nude warm palette, I would say. It's not a warm palette, but they have given some warm shades, so it just adds up a little to the palette. Amazing. The shimmers in this are like butter. Like you will feel as if you're touching some wet eyeshadow. So it's that consistency, and I love using this palette, and I have been using this palette like because this is like something subtle. You don't have to work too much with it. Like one matte and one shimmer, done. Like you will create the best look. So this one is like amazing. Bomb diggity. You should get your hands on this one. Next one is my You Had Me at Hello palette. Now today's look is with this palette only I have created. Amazing. You need to get this palette also. This is how the palette is. I have done a wholesome review on this also. I've done a wholesome review on that also. So this one, oh my god. Today when I was doing this makeup look and I was like, wow, I want to use all. So this is that kind of a palette, and I am digging into this. So this is the palette which I am more prone to, and I love mattes in this and shimmers. So today's this shimmer I used on my eyelids, inner corner and all that. All the shimmers and all the mattes are bomb. Like you cannot go wrong with this palette. So if you're wondering, you should buy this. If you're confused to buy Femme Rosa and this, then I would rather recommend you to buy this one, because Femme Rosa is somewhat closer to this palette but not similar. Colourpop palettes are never similar. They are very different from each other. Again, a good one. Totally digging in. Next is my interesting purchase which I did a long time back, and I use this palette a lot, and you will see I have been using this palette a lot. My palette has become dirty. So this is my Sofix palette, and I have been using, and I'm a person who don't like a lot of pinks, but I don't know, I'm so obsessed with these two shades. The first time I used these two shades, and after that I just got obsessed with it. And I'll tell you, there's one more shade which I like the most in this. This one is amazing. I'll give you one swatch, live swatch I'll give you. This has different, see, you can see it's not a deep green or anything. It has a little flecks of different shades. So this is very different shade. I've never seen a shade like this. And you get these kind of shades on Colourpop Super Shock shadows, but this is amazing. Like, you put this on your eyes and you just put this shade all over your eyelid and just blend your harsh lines, and you see a difference in your eye look. So I keep doing this a lot with this eyeshadow palette, and I somewhat love this palette. I don't have much complaints with it, and they work well for me. So this is another palette which I have been digging into, and I have been making use of this because I have realized that, you know, I just keep my palettes and don't use them. But now every month or every 2 months, what I do, I just take out every whole makeup of mine and check what I'm using and what I'm not using, and then I start using it. But this one, from the time I bought, I've been using this. So this is like my current favorite, and I will be using this. There's another last palette which I have been using. This is Prism palette by ABH. Now, amazing palette again. You should buy this palette. Now, this palette is something which may get difficult for a lot of people to work out, but then I really like using the shimmers in these. Mattes are good, definitely, but shimmers, why? Because they have some different shimmers to work with. And my personal favorite shimmers, I'm going to swatch it and show you, is Osiris and Throne. Throne though is like my ultimate favorite shade. I just live for that shade. Okay, so this is Osiris. Okay, I couldn't swatch it well because there was already a highlighter on it. And this one is Throne. Now Throne is my ultimate favorite shade. I've already done a look also using this shade Throne. It's an amazing, intense green, electric green, mixture of blue. So it's like that kind of a shade which you don't get easily anywhere. So this palette is somewhat that kind of a palette, and it really, you know, draws me towards it, and I use it, and I love the mattes in it. Like, they are like too good, too good. So this is like the current favorite of mine. I never thought it can be my favorite, current favorite, or I will use it so much, but I love using this one. And why I started using this palette? Because of its expiry. So I thought, let me use it as much as I can. And slowly I realized that I really loved using this palette. So that is why I love this palette a lot. Okay, enough of palettes and everything. Let's move on to some lipsticks and eye products. Now, these are the two mascaras I have been using. This is my Maybelline Rocket Mascara, and this is my Maybelline Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. Today also I'm wearing Big Shot one. You need to get your hands on this one. This is available on NYKAA. Just buy this blindly. Buy the washable one. These two are bomb. And this one I save up and use it. But recently I'll get a backup for this. But these two are like my besties nowadays. Nowadays, since the longest time. And since the time I bought this one, I am constantly been using this one. So these are the two current favorite mascaras I've been using. Every month, like almost every time I wear a mascara. There's a nail paint which I have been wearing a lot. I'll show you. This is my LYN nail paint in the shade Peeping Tom. It's a favorite nail paint of mine, one of my favorites, and nobody can go wrong with this shade. So this one is like, mostly I wear this nail paint or the one I'm wearing today. This one I'm so obsessed. This is a combination of Colourpop and NYKAA. And whenever I remove my nail paint, I don't know, it's basically my husband. He tells me, the nail paint which you were wearing last time, that's really nice. Why don't you wear that one? I'm like, do you know how much work goes into that? But since he likes it, so I'm wearing it. And a lot of people really ask, like, have you done your nail art? I'm like, no nail art. Just buy two nail paints and apply it. So apart from this, I'm wearing, this one is my current favorite. You need to buy LYN nail paints. They're expensive, I know, but they are one of the best quality nail paints. Okay, let's move on to some lipsticks. Now, before I start swatching on the lipsticks, there's one more product which I have been obsessing over, is my Faces brow pencil. This is an amazing brow pencil. If you're looking for a good drugstore brow pencil, go for the Faces one. It's really pigmented, but not that. No, it is pigmented. I would not say that pigmented. It is pigmented, and it has got a spoolie, and it is like the perfect shade for me. So you can see, like, you know, I'm not wearing this one today, but this is somewhat closer to my 3D one. So this one is like a perfect brow pencil. You can just go ahead and buy blindly. This is how it is. So it's not a black, it's not a brown, but somewhere in between. So you can buy this shade. I think it has a shade name. No, it's not written. Yeah, it's written. No, it's not written. I will try to mention it in my description or on the screen somewhere. Let's move on to the last interesting part, is the lipstick. Now, lipstick is like, you know, every video I tell you this, that it's a big chapter to cover up. Now, these are the lipsticks, apart from the lipsticks which I keep wearing here and there, but these are the lipsticks which are like, always has to be there with me, and I love wearing them. And I have realized that how much I love them during past so many months. First lipstick is by Faces All Time Pro in the shade Midnight Rose. You cannot go wrong with this shade. If you're looking for a nice, deep, dark red shade, buy this one. In the bullet, it looks different. On the lips, it looks different. So this will just give you that instant glow. Even if you're not wearing a makeup, just basic. Basic means just a kajal and a mascara. And you want to just give that oomph factor to your face, you need to have this lipstick. Midnight Rose by Faces. Sorry guys, there was a cylinder guy at my door. Oh. Okay, let's jump on to the next lipstick which I have been loving, and this is one of my different kind of lipsticks which I bought, and I really like it on my skin tone. This is the shade Really Rust by Faces. Now this is more of an orangey shade, but not a proper that shocking orange. This is that kind of an orange. It has a little rustic effect to it. So people who don't like wearing orange but want to try orange, they can really go for this one. Faces have another shade called Smoking Hot or something. I think that is also orange, but this one will complement like most of you. So this is another shade which I've been wearing a lot, and it's a very different kind of a shade. Like a lot of you will not be comfortable, but personally I like it. Next are the two lipsticks by Colourpop. Now this is the shade called LBB, and this is a matte lipstick. Now this is more of a wine shade, proper wine shade. This is how it is. Now a lot of people don't like wearing such deeper wine shades, but this one has a little cooler berry tone to it. So it's not that vampy wine shade, but it's something comfortable wine shade you can go for. So this one is like another favorite of mine, which I've been wearing a lot because the weather is changing. Now you can wear anything you like. Next is a shade called Grunge. You know, this is my favorite shade. And a brown has to be there in my favorites because I love wearing brown lipsticks. So this is the shade Grunge, and this is another favorite of mine, and I love wearing this shade a lot. Like I can finish off this lipstick and I will definitely repurchase it. So this is another favorite of mine. We are down to 3 more lipsticks. Now this one is like, you know, this is one of my favorites also from NYKAA. This is their So Matte lipsticks, which are not matte. And this is the shade called Naughty Nude, and I have worn this lipstick so much. But this is not a nude shade. Like for me, it's not nude. So this is the shade Naughty Nude. Sorry, my swatches are not traveling here. This is Naughty Nude. Why I like it? Because it has a little gloss effect to it. So there are a lot of times you don't want to wear a matte lipstick, but you need a little gloss effect to your lipstick. So this, when you eat anything, it will vanish in some time. It is not going to stay on your lips. But it is a very comfortable matte glossy lipstick, I would say. So people who are into like those glossy lipsticks, but not though that glossy, they can go for this one. These are really good for like, you know, not a very matte lipstick. So you can try this one. They're very comfortable also. We are down to 2 more lipsticks. One is from Wet n Wild. Now this is Wet n Wild Catsuit lipstick in Missy and Fierce. This is like their ultimate lipstick. Like every brand has it, one famous lipstick of theirs, and I feel this one is theirs. So this one is a red again, and you know how much I love reds. Apart from the reds I have, I'm going to swatch this on top because I don't have space down below. Like I have space, but I will not be able to show you. This is the red. It's a very comfortable matte. It's very lightweight on the lips. If I want to compare this matte with any other matte in the other brands, would be Huda Beauty, because I feel the Huda Beauty mattes and this matte are somewhat similar to each other. Like the comfortness of them is also good, just like the Wet n Wild. So this is like for $5 and like $500, and that one is like for $16.50. God save me. But this one is like I have been wearing and I have been loving. Last lipstick is one of the expensive lipsticks, but I have started using this lipstick and I love the finish of this. So this is the MAC Meher, the famous shade. Everybody loves it. I'm not the first one to say that. I'm going to put this lipstick just below my Naughty Nude. This is how the shade is, Naughty Nude. They're somewhat closer to each other. If you cannot buy Meher, you can buy Naughty Nude. It will work as Meher only, I feel. But Meher is this one. Now, I would just mention one more thing. Meher, when you put it on your lips, they look a little different than your hand swatches. So I would say, whatever you see it on my hand, it will look a tone lighter than which is there on my hands. So it's a very nice pink tone lipstick. It's like a pinky nude for me. So I see myself using this lipstick with more of my smoky looks and in the daytime. But if I am generally wearing any makeup in the night, then I don't feel like wearing, because then it goes way light for my skin. And at times I feel with my neutral looks it washes me out. But recently I have been loving this lipstick, maybe because the makeup I wear, or maybe because the way I carry myself, this shade goes well with me. So this is like amazing one, and I really like the finish of these matte. A lot of people have a complaint or a hit or miss feeling for matte lipstick by MAC, but this one I really like it. I like matte lipsticks. So yeah, these were my current makeup favorites I've been using past so many months, and I see myself using them continuously, and I will keep updating you with these kind of videos if I'm not doing my monthly favorites, because I'm stuck, I'm busy. So I hope you understand, and I will mention everything in my description. And do subscribe to my channel if you want to watch such videos on my channel, and stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and bye bye.